Do you ever wonder how animators make their action scenes so impactful? What are they doing to visually give us a stronger hit effect in a way that helps us see just how much damage this punch or kick might be causing? Today, let's try our hand at animating differing levels of power in stop motion with action figures. We'll be looking into the many techniques and tricks that can be used to enhance the apparent impact of a strike. I have the winner of the previous fight, Ryu, ready to receive his reward. As a prize for beating his opponent, he gets to be the dummy for our escalating levels of power. For anyone who might be salty about the results of that fight, this should help you feel a little less upset. 5% power. Starting at a humble 5% power, the attack we're choosing is a jab. This isn't meant to be a KO strike or anything, just a quick distracting hit that barely affects the target. This type of punch is meant to be thrown out at a high volume as quickly as possible. It's a quantity over quality type of punch, kind of how Marvel Legends are released. We have Miles Morales to demonstrate this one, and as a spider person, he's part of the all too famous Always Holding Back club. He'll be more than prepared to demonstrate an extremely light strike. As you can see, this hit comes out quickly and doesn't affect Ryu too much. He's still feeling pretty confident about this one. 25% power. Now let's move on to something with a bit more impact. In order to make a hit seem more powerful, there are many techniques we can utilize. Now this Spider-Man holds back a little bit less. The black suit Peter Parker will demonstrate a significantly stronger attack that may do some real damage to our poor Ryu here. With this character in position, I'll be escalating from a jab to a nice meaty right hook. The first thing that will set this apart from the weaker jab is the anticipation. By having the subject rotate and pull their arm back in the opposite direction, the following action will appear much stronger. Think of it like stretching back a rubber band before releasing it. The more you stretch it back, the stronger it'll snap forward. After the anticipation, the strike itself is quick, contrasting the slow ramp up with an explosive release of that pent up power. We can also add a slight camera shake on impact to get a visceral feel. This is a surefire way to achieve a stronger effect. After the hit, the target's reaction is proportionally larger as all that power now has the strength to send him spinning out. As you can see, the punch now has a lot more impact and feels noticeably stronger. 50% power. This is the power level you ramp up to after you get punched through 20 buildings and stand back up like nothing happened. To amp it up even further, let's have a character perform a nice roundhouse kick. We'll achieve a stronger impact by utilizing some of the same techniques as previous to an increased degree, as well as emphasizing a few more things. Keeping the same idea of adding anticipation, we can implement a small slowdown just before carrying out the kick. This small amount of slowdown isn't really something you can see at full speed, it's more something that you feel and you just know it's there. I also took time to draw and cut out some impact effects. Simply cut out of paper and taped onto our target's hand, just making sure it's facing the camera to create a convincing impact effect. The same camera shake effect will be used here as well, with a bit more of an exaggerated shake this time. Something that'll make a big difference in the portrayal of the impact here is the reaction of the target being struck. Adding an exaggerated spin and ragdoll to the victim of the hit will help sell the power of the strike. Even though the action on the roundhouse kick isn't super exaggerated or acrobatic, the power of the strike still feels strong thanks to the increased camera shake and the energy of the reaction by the target. The way Ryu is spun completely upside down implies a huge amount of force, causing him to not only be launched, but also perform a whole backflip before crashing down painfully onto the ground. 100% power. Now how do we reach the maximum amount of power in a hit? Let's put together every trick I've used and then some. That means anticipation, slow motion, camera shake, extra fast movement, and something a little bit extra. So who will be our final striker? For this, I have no choice but to select the most powerful being in my collection, Kirby. This extremely powerful being will be the perfect demonstrator for the term full power. In order to maximize the impact of the punch, we'll have Kirby coming in with a massive amount of momentum. Let's expand on the concept of anticipation even beyond the one shot, and actually add a few extra scenes showing Kirby's approach. This will hopefully add some tension and create an even greater sense of anticipation for the powerful incoming strike. I utilized some more paper cutout effects for his run, including the giant billowing dust clouds kicked up by Kirby's extreme speed in the front view, as well as my smaller trailing smoke effects for the side perspective. As we get to the scene right before impact, I wanted to really emphasize the anticipation here, and while of course slowing it way down as Kirby draws back his hand, I also made my attempt at a dolly zoom. A dolly zoom is when you move the physical proximity of the camera towards or away from the subject while doing the reverse of said movement with the zoom feature. I'll be honest, I don't think this effect did too much for the scene. It is a bit interesting to see the background warp throughout, but I think it would have been more impactful with a more complex background that would show the warp, or maybe just a different perspective. The shot, however, still serves its purpose in showing Kirby ramp up his punch and having all the necessary elements with the slow down and quick approach. Now, onto the staging of our final scene, the 100% power punch. I have Kirby flying in and his punch connecting, and for emphasis, I now add even more slow-mo frames. This will give us some room to work with as we take it to post-production and add impact frames. After combining every element and every trick in the book, this is our final 100% power punch. I hope this video was both entertaining and educational. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching.